Happy New Year, everybody. This is Carl Gerber on the Carl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show, presently heard on 105.1 FM at 8 o'clock in the morning on Sundays. We're going to have our last episode on the Wave 94.7, unfortunately, on the Sunday coming up on January 8th. We were off for Christmas and New Year's. And now you're going to get back to the Carl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show. We've got a great show on 105.1 FM. You might also hear some commercials for the law firm on that station. And we are going to be planning a very exciting show in which we will be having live responses to employment law problems. I don't know if you ever saw a show that went from 1968 to 1975 called Adam 12, in which there was a real police dispatcher dispatching calls around the Los Angeles area, generally on streets that did not actually cross each other, like Burbank and Victory. And we will have a dispatcher dispatching Carl Gerber, workplace lawyer, and a partner to real workplace problems. You may hear, for instance, one Adam Gerber, there is a Labor Code 203 violation in progress. See the woman on the corner of Burbank and Ventura Boulevard, which only meets in approximately, Tarzana or Woodland Hills, but it will generally be streets that don't actually meet up. And then you'll be hearing calls about, for instance, one Adam Gerber, please see the man on the corner of Alvarado and Virgil, because there is an escaped supervisor from a mental institution. As you know, there were many mental institution escapees during that period of time, 1968 to 1975, at least on that particular show. We will respond to these real live workplace problems and solve them very quickly, and then just go on to the next one. So I hope you will enjoy that show coming up, and many others on the Carl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show, which will be exclusively held on 105 FM. It happens to be the station that has made the best deal for the Employment Lawyers Group and myself, Carl Gerber, and so that is the place to stay for a 1-hour show with no commercial interruptions from 8 to 9 on Sundays. I hope you have a great year, and I think you know where to go if you're having problems at work. There are going to be a lot of problems at work, I guarantee you, this year, because employers are going to be firing employees right and left. Interest rates are horrendous, and a lot of businesses do borrow money to go on. They might factor their bills, which is a way of getting money if you want to get paid before the client or the customer pays, and all those rates are going to be really high. So I just know that employers are going to be firing people for lots of reasons this year, and there are going to be a lot of situations where people need to be paid money, commissions, bonuses, whatever it is. There could be situations still where there's more sexual harassment because people have to get back to the workplace. It's no more work from home. Employers have had enough of that. It did not turn out to be a great deal for employers, and that is not the way it's going to be in 2023. So I know you're going to need us at the Employment Lawyers Group, but I know that you're going to want to be hearing good content, and it's not all comedy, because there's been many requests for serious legal content on different radio stations, particularly 105.1. The other thing I'm going to be focusing on this year is we are going to be doing some stuff on TV streaming services. Streaming services are the future. It's important to do that, and that will be an opportunity to showcase the talent of the Employment Lawyers Group. So remember, we're in California. We have offices in Bakersfield, Riverside. We will meet clients in San Bernardino. We don't currently have an office in Ontario that's any good. I'll leave it at that. We have an office in Oxnard and Sherman Oaks, and we hope that if you have a workplace problem, we can be of service to you. So thank you for continuing to support the Carl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show. And I know a lot of people really like the vintage content. So this little Adam 12 employment lawyer immediate response show, I'm sure is going to be great. Some years back, we did a Dragnet kind of, I don't know what to call it, parody. It did involve looking for the Soldiers General, which was a big topic before the pandemic happened. And it will continue to be a big topic on the Carl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show channel here, but we don't get into quite as graphic content anymore for many reasons, maybe not very good reasons, because I know the listeners craved all that crazy stuff with Remus Helms and all that, but we do continue to do scripted comedy, and there are some great vintage things on this channel about Bunker Hill. I know that Los Angeles eats that up on a weekly basis. Same for the Hal Wallace episode you can find on this channel, as well as country clubs in the Hollywood Hills and all kinds of vintage content. You can go to employeelawca.com/vintage LA for more vintage content. You can go to vintagelosangeles.org also for more vintage content. So we will continue to produce vintage content about Los Angeles and Southern California, as well as legal content and comedy. And I'm sure that everybody will enjoy all of this immensely. And we'll also be talking a lot about feet. We're going to be talking about toes and what's really, foot therapy and foot health, because it's important. What's right for the foot is right for the body. It's just the same as that internal battle between the hand and the head. When you play that game where you try to push your hand over with your head and maybe the head will win and all that. So there will be very important content along those lines. Also, content about incompetent employment defense lawyers, perhaps Evergrowing Berber that's actually nylon, things that matter. We covered a lot of Evergrowing Berber that's actually nylon this last year. As you know, it got into a situation where it was being made for ever-growing umbilical cords that were actually nylon, and headliners and rental cars, all kinds of things. So you're going to learn about a lot of new industries. You're going to continue to learn about all those industries like the ever-growing Berber that's actually nylon industry, and you'll be continuing to hear vintage content as the Carl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show continues on 105.1 FM, the station that has given the best deals to the show at this point. So I hope you enjoy the show. I hope you stay tuned to this channel, and all the rest. Happy New Year!